All right, man. So we here, you know what I mean? Happy holidays, everybody. I hope everybody is spending a good time with their family. You know what I mean? Just having this good energy, reflecting, getting ready to start a new chapter, a new journey, trying to create new habits, learning new things, getting out of your comfort zone. Just manifesting the energy that you want in your life, staying focused or rather refocusing, because I feel like that's something I spoke about is just the fact that we got to constantly refocus. So taking a moment to clear your mind and refocus on the goals you got, the agendas you got, the plans you got, the things you want to see in your near future, in your later future. Working on being the best version of yourself, etc. Spending family time. Um, my grandmother used to really, really make Christmas a special time for us, so that energy is still with me and everything. And I'm not really big on, I understand the origin of these holidays and stuff like that, so I don't run around like, promoting the holidays and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, me, I like to turn things, same thing with everything else in my life. I like to turn negatives into positives. So at the end of the day, I take this time to clear my mind, spend time with my family, and I still embrace it in a certain way because it's just what we're used to. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm not one of those radical people that's gonna be like, oh, don't tell me Merry Christmas and all that nonsense. That's like letting the negativity supersede, you know what I'm saying, what God wants anyway. God wants to see love spread overall anyway. And we know, a lot of genocide happened during these days. A lot of evil things happen, a lot of slavery, a lot of torture, a lot of dungeons, a lot of negative things happen, but if you could take a moment to still appreciate the time you spend with your family, I would rather pay attention more to that than focus on the things that's out of our control, the things that we need to heal from, and etc. You know what I mean? I don't like to focus on those things. Those things make me my mental irate. It makes me it just makes me unfocused at the end of the day. And I'm focused on refocusing. But nonetheless, my message today um, my message today basically is gonna be about money. You know what I mean? Because we all love money, right? We all trying to make money. We all we all want to be independent. We all want to, some of us want to live lavish lifestyles. We all want to travel. We want to get around. We want to be fly. We want to be able to buy whatever we want. Some of us have material desires, etc., and everything like that. And this message is basically like just giving a standpoint of a different view to a different way to look at money because I honestly started to get annoyed with the idea of physical money. You know what I mean? Like physical money, right? Um this I don't even look at this physical money as the same way people look at it anymore. I look at this money as energy. You know what I mean? This money is just energy. Yeah, we got, what I'm saying, president's face on it. The president probably owned slaves. Most presidents did at least own a couple hundred slaves, probably. I guess I don't know exactly how much, but many presidents had slaves and families that had organizations that owned slaves and all types of stuff. So money is considered evil, right? But nonetheless, I don't even like to look at money as money. I like to look at money as tangible energy. That's how I look at money. I look at money as a source of energy, and I work for it so that way I can get my energy supply. And at the end of the day, when you start looking at it like that, anyway, you could find yourself bartering. You could find yourself having property. You could find yourself having assets. You could find yourself having investment pools. You could find yourself having all types of things that don't always necessarily lead to dollars, fiat money, but it turns into a tangible, valuable thing that can be used as an asset to better your life. You know what I mean? Like, would you want to give your kid $10,000, or would you want to show them agriculture? You know what I'm saying? And they get the value of something that may cost a certain amount of money to learn, but if they utilize it, use the skill, put it into their life, teach the people around them, teach the people they grow up with, eventually teach their kids, etc. Now you have a generational asset that's gonna you can if you're in the right place where you can grow now, you can continually do it. Now, yeah, you're gonna still need some of this physical paper at this time, I guess, until maybe one day when we start doing this gold back thing or whatever. I don't know if that's coming. I don't know how soon as that's coming. I don't know if that's gonna be in my lifetime. So we still got to be able to get in this world. But either way you put it, I don't look at money as this dollar, this check I get from working for whatever, and this cash flow and everything like that. I look at money as energy. There's as much energy as I put into making it is as much energy as the designed value that's gonna come back to me. So if I put, so I look at this as 20, what can you say? Not $20, but I look at this as energy euro. You know what I'm saying? So I got this $20 because I put some time, focus, precision. I did something creative. I helped somebody do something. I did something that gave me this energy. Now I have 20 worth of energy and I could do whatever I want with that. I could save the 20 worth of energy for later. I could invest it. I could put it towards this. I could eat with it. I could do whatever. But nonetheless, I don't look at money from a perspective of it being a physical thing. I look at it as a spiritual thing. That's my way of getting around it because the reason that I do that is because I started to get disgusted with money. I've been a hustler for a long time. You know what I mean? I still have a hustler spirit. I don't do some of the things I used to do, but I still have a hustler spirit. I started out selling CDs. I started out doing other things. I started selling water. I started out doing many different things. Eventually, it started to get creative. Then I went and fenced off into other things that I shouldn't have been doing. Like anybody else that comes from New York City, I'm from New York City at the end of the day. You know what we get into. You know what we've gotten to coming from New York City trying to make it. You know what type of things happen. I don't have to explain this. It's common sense at this point. I'm from New York City. I'm from Queens. Everybody around, I made money with everybody around me. I mean, literally, I literally made money with everybody around me. Nobody can say I didn't, Sean, design, whichever one you want to call me. Nobody can say that I didn't make money with you because I probably did. If you've seen this video and you from my area, you from around where I've been, you probably made money with me in a good way, in a whatever way. But nonetheless, we had small businesses too, handing out flyers. My father hired half of the neighborhood. We made a little bit of change. It wasn't much, but we tried to do something positive. And it was a very interesting development. But nonetheless, money is not controlling my life. I will manifest. I will make it because I want to help other people. I want to help myself. I want to help my family. I want to create generational wealth. I want to do all these great things, and money is needed. And everybody's speaking about these laws and stuff like that. And I love seeing these things. Sometimes it gets complicated for me because trying to understand the concepts. You know what I'm saying? To get in your rightfully deserved things, it's difficult. It's not easy. So you need revenue, right? You need cash flow, and money started to become disgusting to me. I seen the oppression, I seen the wars, I seen the evil things, I seen the slavery. I mean, I've not seen it, but I understand. I know it. You know what I'm saying? I know these things. We know these things. We know the evil things that happen behind money. We know the things people do. People rob, kill, shoot, extort, sell drugs, whatever, anything for the money, scam, lie, cheat. All this nasty stuff happens for money. But when you take it and you start looking at it as a tangible energy, you find yourself being way more creative. You find yourself being way more creative about earning this tangible energy. You start to have a different value on it. And it starts to turn into fun. It starts to become very fun to understand what what you can create, what things you can create to build a value to help you earn this living. And this is why I don't look at money as money, because I'm not earning a living. I'm here and I'm appreciative to be here, but I'm not about to have to live in this societal basis that makes me feel like, oh, you must do this, you must do that. I'm generating something that's gonna make me naturally flow and naturally want to do these things. You know what I mean? So working, that's just me creating a form of energy for myself. That's me putting energy towards what I need. Building. I'm building now. I don't even look at it like I'm working. I'm building something. I'm doing something constructive to make my life easier, to make whoever's in my life easier and better, and eventually to help others and do what God wants me to do in some type of way. I got my own relationship with God. I don't do what everybody does. Some people want to take the religion route. that's fine with me. We could work together if you're not stuck and you don't feel like you can't talk to somebody that doesn't have the same exact belief. Because I believe a lot of the things people believe, but I just go about it in my own way because I have a mind of my own. You know what I mean? And the same way that I break this Lafayette money down and turn it into just tangible energy for myself is the same way I take religion and I utilize it and I turn it into a thing for me that resonates with my soul. Cause a lot of the things that I see on TV, a lot of the doctrines that I see, a lot of the breakdowns that I see, a lot of the information that I see does not resonate with my soul. And then if we disagree on certain things, we disagree on certain things. But I tell you what, I disagree with, for me personally, and it could be a delusional thing. I disagree with the idea of the physical money. I like the more higher aspect of it, the energy aspect of it. Because if you look at money from a physical standpoint, you find yourself over putting too much value into materialistic things. I don't value materialistic things. I get fly. I get clean. I dress nice. I like nice things. I love these things like anybody else, but it's a certain level of it that I say, wait a minute, I don't need all these materials all day long. I don't need all these things. You know what I mean? And I got friends and I got people that love materialistic things. But me, I don't. I'm fine with a nice, clean car. You know what I mean? I can have a Subaru. I'm fine. I can have a Jeep. I'm fine. I can have a Honda. I'm fine. I don't need flashy things. I don't need a big house. I like swimming. So yeah, I'll get something with a pool, but it doesn't have to be a gigantic pool. It doesn't it can be. It can happen. These things can happen. I can manifest all these things if I want, but do I need them? Am I willing to kill for them? Am I willing to rob and steal for them? No, I'm gonna take it and put it in a place where it turns into a beautiful thing. Earning turns into a beautiful something about it. Has you see the beauty in it, you extract the beauty in it, you stop thinking about the work and the hard days, the 8 hours, the 10 hours, the overtime, the doubles, the stress that's killing you slowly. You stop thinking about those things and you start to put it in a perspective that shows you that you're working towards something, you're manifesting something, you're creating something, and you're going to do something with yourself. And even if certain days don't feel hopeful, you use your perception to create a way of life for yourself, you know what I'm saying, that works for you. A lot of us are doing things that somebody else blueprint completely entirely, and we all have our own mindsets, you know what I'm saying? We supposedly scientifically we're 99% identical. That 1%, that supposed 1% where all our differences come in, where the skin changes and the mindset has this little indifference and this we have these different patterns and these different behaviors and we have these different traumas and we have these different emotional situations, we have these different emotional lenses, we have these different views and perceptions and etc. That 1% is that 1% difference is you. Take it and utilize it. That's all I got to really say. And I did it with money. I did it with many other things in my life, and it's working well for me. It's raw enlightenment, and at the end of the day, you could take raw enlightenment, and you can create, you can create something out of it for yourself in a certain type of way that works for you. Just let it be. Just try your best to let it be something that constantly gets you to the end result being a positive one. It's not always, but hear what I said, the end result being a positive one, because it's not always going to be a positive. It's not always going to be positive. Some things are going to be negative, and we have to sit back and take it and just say, you know what? Let me soak this in. Let me soak this in, and let me break it down layer by layer, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. Let me break it down layer by layer, and that's when you see people out here healing and using things like sound frequencies and etc. Because they understand that let me break it down emotionally, spiritually, physically, and they actually take it to the physical, and they understand the parts of your body that hold and harbor onto emotions that start to turn into certain diseases and stuff like that. And they'll use sound frequencies to break those emotions that are stuck in your body down. They'll use your actual voice. They use all these things, that I see these things. I haven't even been studying this stuff, but I understand what's going on for a lot of this stuff. I'm just doing the things in the way I do it. I like to break things down and take psychological understanding, like I said before, emotional understanding, combine the two and lift it up, take you to the spiritual aspects of those things. So that way you could be on a higher plane at the end result of whatever you're going through That's all I can say. I said a lot actually, but we here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is raw enlightenment, man. This is for the wise, and this is for you to be wise. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. What else you want? Ain't nothing else to it.